Friends, welcome again to my YouTube channel. I remain Asante Sevas, and today we are going to look at another topic. So, without wasting time, let us go straight away to PowerPoint that I've prepared. So today we are going to look at about plagiarism, and plagiarism. We shall look at its definition. Then we shall also look at the types of plagiarism, its consequences, and then the prevention strategies. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to know what plagiarism is. You should know some of the types. You should know the consequences that it causes when you practice plagiarism. Then you should also know the prevention strategies that you can do so that you prevent this element called plagiarism. So straight away, let us look at the definition of plagiarism. Plagiarism is when someone uses another person's work without giving proper credit. Okay. Now, for example, when you try to copy and paste someone's work without giving proper credit or without acknowledging that person, then we shall say either you are stealing or you're practicing safety anyway, and that is what we call plagiarism. Stealing someone's work. So let's go and look at various types of plagiarism that we have. So types of plagiarism that we have one being direct plagiarism. That is what we call copy and paste. When you just copy someone's work and then you paste without acknowledging or without giving that person credit for the good work done. You just copy and paste and regulate the work that person has done. Then we have what we call a self-plagiarism. This is where you use someone's work without citing it. Citing means acknowledging where you got your work from. That is what we call self-plagiarism. Then we have what we call accidental plagiarism. For accidental plagiarism, this is where you just forget to cite the work. Then we say that is accidental. You just forget to cite the work, to acknowledge where you got that work from. So then let us go and look at the next subtopic, and that is the consequences that we face when we practice plagiarism. So friends, it is important for us to know that when we practice plagiarism, there are so many consequences that we may face. Number one of it is that we may have what we call loss of marks. Maybe as a student, and then you practice plagiarism. When it is realized that you just steal someone's work without acknowledging, it may lead you to loss of marks as a student. Then it also sometimes leads to suspensions in a way that you can be sent out of that institution that you are once realize that you are practicing plagiarism. Then we have what we call academic penalties. You can be given something that you may not like as a penalty, as a fine, to really make you feel that you have done something that is not right. And that is what we call academic consequences of plagiarism. So friends, let us go ahead and look at some of the strategies that we can do to avoid plagiarism. Now, these are the prevention strategies. For you to be well known that you have not practiced plagiarism, Then one of the things that you should know is that paraphrasing the work properly. Paraphrasing the work properly. And then also citing sources where you have gotten your information. You acknowledge the sources that you have gotten your information. So did that far. Thank you so very much. Catch up again in the next lesson.